Hi, my name is Treston. I am the APAC leader for consumer strategy for NIQ, in Nielsen IQ for those who know our old name. I have been involved with the Jo Berry for many, many years, being a part of the judging committee, but I also have written the questions in the past, so have a long history and a love of the whole competition. Nielsen IQ has been a proud sponsor for some time and continues to be involved in the Jo Berry Awards. There's a lot of elements to that. Look, I think if I start with the individuals, what I always say to people is don't become what I was. I found out about it too late. I was too old by the time I actually realised what the award was and what it does for you as an individual. So, I do encourage anybody in the age group to have a look at it. It creates so many opportunities for the individual. You get a platform to talk, but you also get a platform to air your ideas. And from an industry perspective, I always found that the most powerful thing about the Jo Berry. And I actually think that's becoming even more important. If I think about my junior years, I had the privilege of big teams. There were lots of us. You were in an office. You learnt a lot along the way. You had a chance to kind of bounce ideas around. I think it's not as easy sometimes in the industry as it is today. We're more streamlined, we're more focused, we have less people, probably less time to actually do some of those things. I love the way the Jo Berry Awards actually creates space for people to stop and think about the industry. And I think that's healthy for the industry. I think it gives us kind of a nice yardstick of where the industry will go. And every year I'm really humbled by these young people who can come through with some amazing ideas, which, so I think it's a win-win from an industry perspective and from an individual's perspective. So from a sponsor's perspective, from our company, we are all about insights and understanding the industry. So for us, it's an incredibly relevant thing to be a part of because it lets us kind of hear what other people are thinking, helps us start to create the ideas of things that we need to explore and potentially leverage into the industry as well. Our world is to look at data, look at information and understand what's coming. This fits really beautifully from our perspective as a business as well. In the essay component, what I'm usually looking for is actual original thought, because what sometimes I find is if it's an essay like maybe you did in uni, where you were sourcing lots of information from lots of places, that's well and good to kind of give you a foundation, but what I'm looking for is the so what factor within it. So when I can see somebody's got original thought and an opinion on something, that's an essay that will start to stand out for me. The idea probably got them there. So I think the idea is your foundation and it has to be really clear in the way you're landing your message. There is an element of showmanship on the day for sure, of how you can articulate, how you can bring that to life. That I think makes your presentation stand out. Examples and original thought, they're probably the things I'm always looking for. They all impress me. I think that's the overall thing about that day is they are outstanding presentations. The ones that really stand out are the way they engage their audience, absolutely. So the idea is engaging, the delivery is engaging, but fundamentally it has to be a sound idea and have the right kind of foundations behind it. The outstanding ones that really stick in my mind, look, Lena from Woolworths, her presentation that year, the way she delivered it, her energy, she was just fun as well through the presentation, but her idea at the heart of it was so creative. I remember talking to some of the Woolworths senior leadership after it and saying how impressed I was with her. Reach out to as many people as you possibly can through the process. I've had people reach out to me in past years to bounce ideas off, to get, information that might help them that's obviously in a public domain. But, really explore your in-network, your business network, as well as the external network. Keith is awesome at facilitating those connections if you need them. The more thought you put into it, don't just rely on the online kind of information. Really use that as your basis, get yourself a theory of where you want to head, and then start to kind of crowdsource, I suppose, the information from people within your networks. There's so many of our companies that are a part of this. There's always someone who's going to give you a hand, and make sure you use it. Use it as an opportunity, regardless of your results. This is a massive networking industry connection exercise for you, and use it and abuse it to a certain extent because it's just a fabulous opportunity. I love being able to foster the industry. You know, I've been in it for 30 odd years now, and it's something that I'm passionate about. That, you know, some people come into FMCG and then bounce off to somewhere else, but those of us who have kind of remained in the bloodstream of it, I think we live and breathe it. And to see a future and see an exciting future with some real talent coming through that will help continue to drive the industry, I love that. I love being able to pass on what little knowledge I have, but to be able to help those people kind of where I can. For me, that's kind of a give back to the industry that's been really good to me. But I also just think it's a great opportunity to learn more, even as a person who's been in the industry this many years. I think to be able to see new ideas, hear their ideas, they help me as well. Like, I've had set presentations where I've sat there going, I've never even thought of that. And it builds on my knowledge as well. So it's humbling, I would say. Yeah, I mean, we're really proud to be a part of it because of all of the things it stands for. The kind of development of talent in our industry, the development of thought leadership, which is obviously something that aligns with our values as a business. So that's, you know, probably the foundation of how we're connected to it. From a business perspective, we get the opportunity to see the different thoughts that are coming through, which we are always scouring the world for different and new thinking, etc., because it all culminates in new ideas for everybody. So it's the collective good, I suppose, is the way we view it. The selfish part is you see some talent in the industry as well. So, you know, if any partner is looking at, you know, how do you find good talent? How do you see good talent in the industry? It is definitely one way of seeing what's coming through, but it also gives an opportunity for you to showcase your talent. Like, don't necessarily think about it from how you can see talent, but also from the way that your talent can be stood up against many of the other industry experts as well, which I think is really cool. Do it. Just don't even think about it. Like, it's, as I say, don't be me, who was too old before she realised the absolutely amazing opportunities that it gives you. Have confidence in yourself. You know, what have you got to lose? You know, some people get a little bit worried about writing a paper. You know, most of us have done that through our education somewhere. Really, don't think of it as something kind of daunting. Just think of it as a way to give an opinion in the industry on things that you probably do every day. Like, it's not actually that difficult if you find one of the topics, and we always had tried to write the questions to have something for most areas of our industry. Some people will find it daunting, but please don't. Remember, at the end of the day, this is your industry. You're probably doing some of the things that are in one of the questions every day and not even really thinking about it. All we're asking you to do is put some of those thoughts on paper, express some original thought, connect with some people in the industry to build on those thoughts, and I think you will be amazed what an experience it'll be for you to be exposed to different thinking, to meet some new people, and especially in the kind of starting of your career, it's a great opportunity. Whatever the result will be, you will learn a lot along the way. Look, I think the JB Awards have had such longevity because it has adapted along the way. So the essence of it has always remained the same. A question, you give an answer, but we have tried to always keep every year those topics relevant so that it's about the here and now. So I think that in itself keeps it alive. We've changed some of the formats, like having open-ended questions, and that should encourage people who are maybe not mainstream within the industry to be able to answer different types of questions. But I think just that constant evolution and constant change keeps it exciting. We haven't left it stayed. Something I personally love is the involvement of the alumni in the recent years. I think their engagement is incredibly critical because they've been through it. They can be a great sounding board for people who are looking at it, but they also help us with ideas. Maybe some of us have been here for a little bit too long and we've always got to be open to something new.